Sorry, so we are starting on page 6 at number 25. On November 29, 2022 and November 30, 2022, Guillard posted additional TikTok videos falsely stating that Professor Scofield was involved in ordering and directing the execution of the murders of the 4 students. She was not. Number 26. Since December 1, 2022, Guillard has continued making false statements in her TikTok videos, falsely asserting Professor Scofield's involvement in the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students and falsely stating that Professor Scofield was involved in ordering the murders and was present in Moscow, Idaho, to ensure they were carried out. She falsely stated inter alia inter ali inter ali what is that? Inter ali, I don't know, that a Rebecca Schofield is going to prison for the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students, whether you like it or not. I'm so confused, miss. I am so confused. You said whether we like it or not. Okay. Is you going to be the one putting handcuffs on? I'm wondering. Do you have the key to the jail? You must got the shovel. You about to bury people under the jail. You be like, look, I ain't going in your way. I'm going to go around to the back, dig a hole. I'm burying people under the jail because I know they did the crime. Like, come on now. December 1, 2022. B, she said, I am not worried about Rebecca Schofield suing me because she will be using her resources to fight for murder cases. Murder was the case that they gave me. Hey, this lady right here is the truth. She is the truth. When I say, like, everybody else be talking trash, but she really is doubling down, tripling down, standing in her truth. I don't know how else to kind of look at this. This lady is amazing to me. She is amazing. She ordered the execution, the murders of KG, MM, XK, and EC. December 1, 2022, letter C, that Professor Scofield's motive in ordering the murders and finding someone to carry it out was because she was dating a student. December 4, 2022, letter D, Professor Scofield decided to kill the students because KG wanted to take a break in their relationship. Wait a minute, was you a fly on the wall? Girl, you got all the superpowers. I'm finding out so much about you. Because you must have overheard that somewhere. You cannot be getting all of this from these cards. I'm sorry, where am I? December 5th, 2022, letter E, Professor Scofield was going to help the person she hired to carry out the murders achieve the person's dream of playing on the University of Idaho tennis team. So it was one of them historic characters with the wig on, holding a tennis racket and a tennis ball on one of them cards, and that's where you got all of this from. I got so many questions. Can I see the reading? Do you still have it uploaded? Did you read these live? Oh, somebody please tell me. If you ever seen this girl or you know anything about this, did she do these live? Can I go back and look at them? I might have to try. I might not. I can't subject myself to some of this stuff. I'm sorry. December 2022, letter F. JD killed the 4 students because Becca told me to. Becca told me to do it. Becca told me to. So she heard a voice, and the voice said, Becca told me to. And it was in JD voice. Okay. Becca told me to. Okay. December 6, 2022. And letter G, a reporter with the Spokesman Review newspaper was protecting the killer, in quotes, in the article suggesting the TikToks were false. December 12, 2022. So you even accusing whole newspapers and reporters of some crimes. That's aiding and abetting, ain't it? Oh, okay. They not suing you too, is they? Lord, let's hope. Let's hope they just let this one ride. Okay, number 27. As with Gillard's prior TikToks, falsely stating that Professor Scofield was involved in or ordered the murders, Gillard's December TikToks had no basis in fact. They were false. 28. Persons with TikTok accounts can comment on the TikTok posts Of others, they follow. Many TikTok users warned Guillard that her statements were false and that she was defaming Professor Scofield, among others. Guillard did not stop making false and defamatory TikToks despite being warned of their falsity multiple times by persons commenting on her TikToks. I really wonder why JD didn't sue with her. I would feel like he got just as much of the blame as she did, if not more, because from what I'm reading, she said he actually carried out the acts. So is that gonna come later, or is he just gonna let it ride? I don't know if I would let it ride if I was him. Now, the newspaper, maybe. Him, not so much. Number 29, equally concerning, other TikTok users commented that they believe Gillard's false statements that Professor Scofield ordered the murder of KG, XK, and EC, that Professor Scofield was romantically involved with KG, and that they have wondered when Professor Scofield would be brought to justice. 30. On December 8, 2022, Professor Scofield, through counsel, sent a second cease and desist letter, enclosing the first and again demanding that Guillard take down her defamatory posts and that Guillard stop making defamatory TikToks. So she sent the first one, wrapped up in the second one. It was like, just in case, just in case. Lord, Lord, Lord. Okay. Rather than change her conduct, Guillard made a TikTok showing the cease and desist letter. Of course she did. I wouldn't expect anything less. Acknowledging she received it. Oh, good. They was like, we don't need anything from the server. We got the confirmation. We good. And explaining that if Professor Scofield, through counsel, believed that Guillard was making false statements, counsel would need to file actual legal documents in a federal court asking me to remove it. A judge will determine if I need to remove it, boo. Who is you with your funky cease and desist? Number one and number two. I don't want either. You need to go to the courts, boo. You know where to find me. You know where to find. Oh, I'm sorry. I heard all that. Mind your business. Mind your business. Number 32. Also, after receiving the cease and desist letter, Guillard on December 18 and 19, 2022, posted more than 20 new TikTok videos falsely stating that Professor Scofield was involved with KG and that Professor Scofield's motive with the murders was to keep KG from making their relationship public. Something is wrong, though. Something is wrong. 33, Guillard has continued to publish false statements about Professor Scofield on TikTok, despite having no basis for making the statements and despite being notified numerous times that her statements are false. Number 34, Professor Scofield has never met Guillard. You said that, but I appreciate you for reiterating. She does not know her. She does not know why Guillard picked her to repeatedly falsely accuse of ordering the tragic murders and being involved with one of the victims. Professor Scofield does know that she has been harmed by the false TikToks and false statements. I'm going to need you to get it right before you get sued. Ms. Guillard may be able to sue you because she did not make these statements. She is merely reiterating these statements for the cards. Hello. Number 35. Guillard's false TikToks have damaged Professor Scofield's reputation. They have caused her significant emotional distress. She fears for her life and for the lives of her family members. She has incurred costs, including costs to install security systems and security cameras at her residence. She fears that Guillard's false statements may motivate someone to cause harm to her or her family members. Number 5, first claim for relief. Defamation, false statements regarding murders. Number 36, Professor Scofield re-alleges and incorporates by reference all prior paragraphs of this complaint as if set forth in full herein. Number 37, in her TikTok post between November 24, 2022 and present, Guillard made false and defamatory statements implicating Professor Scofield in the murders of the 4 University of Idaho students more than 40 times. That's an astronomical number. for something like that with no proof. 38. As Gillard's false statements involve criminal accusations, they are per se defamatory in nature. Number 39. Guillard knew her statements were false because she had no knowledge about anything happening in Moscow in or around November 13, 2022. Guillard further knew her statements were false because they were not based on any facts, because persons commenting on her post told her that they were false, and because Professor Scofield twice sent Guillard cease and desist letters regarding the false and defamatory posts. They tried to tell you had a bad deck. They tried to tell you them tarot cards was from the wrong century or something like that, but you just wasn't listening, and boo. Number 40, Gillard's false TikToks defamed Professor Scofield because they were viewed millions of times and widely reposted by other TikTok users, resulting in Professor Scofield's name being linked to murder in a basic internet search. Damn. As a result of Gillard's false statements, Professor Scofield's reputation was injured, and she was subject to online ridicule and threats from Gillard's online commenters. She also feared that she or her family would be the target of physical violence. 41. The online nature of Gillard's false statements continues to harm and damage Professor Scofield. Gillard's TikTok account has more than 100,000 followers. That's it. And some of her TikToks defaming Professor Scofield have 2.5 million likes, indicating that the person has viewed the video and liked it. 42. Professor Scofield has been damaged by Gillard's false statements. Her reputation has been tarnished, and she has suffered extreme emotional distress from the constant public attention and the ongoing online conversation regarding her role in the murders as falsely alleged by Guillard. Yeah, because can you imagine professing your innocence and it's falling on deaf ears because someone with no actual proof is just saying, no, you can't do that. Second, claim for relief, defamation, false statements regarding relationship. 43. Professor Scofield re-alleges and incorporates by reference all prior paragraphs of this complaint as if set forth in full herein. 44. In her TikTok posts between November 24, 2022 and the date of this complaint, Guillard made false and defamatory statements that Professor Scofield was or had been romantically involved with one of the murdered students, KG. What if you broke up a whole marriage because you talking about she with somebody? Like, come on. 45. As Gillard's statement involved moral turpitude, a professor being involved with a student that they are, they are per se defamatory in nature. Oh, right, she could have lost her job, too. I guess that was illegal. 46. Guillard knew her statements were false because she had no knowledge about anything happening in Moscow, Idaho, or at the University of Idaho. She does not know Professor Scofield and did not know KG. Guillard further knew her statements were false because they were not based on any facts, because persons commenting on her post told her that they were false, and because Professor Scofield twice sent Guillard. See, why are we reading that again? I don't know why that's written again. Did I read this already? Number 47. Gillard's false TikToks defamed Professor Scofield because they were viewed millions of times and widely reposted by other TikTok users. Gillard's false statements defamed Professor Scofield's professional reputation and career at the University of Idaho, as university police prohibits faculty members from having romantic relationships with university students. As a result of Gillard's false statements, Professor Scofield's reputation was injured, and she was subject to online ridicule and threats from Gillard's online commenters. I swear, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. You can't make me reread stuff. I got a bad memory. I feel like I read it, but I don't know for sure. I don't know. 48. Professor Scofield has been damaged by Gillard's false statements. Her reputation has been tarnished, and she has suffered extreme emotional distress from the constant public attention and the ongoing online conversation discussing the false relationship with a student as falsely alleged by Guillard. 6. Attorney's fees. 49. As a result of Guillard's conduct, Professor Scofield has been required to retain the service of Stowe Arrives LLP. Plaintiff requests that she be reimbursed for all reasonable attorney's fees and costs as permitted under federal and state law. Number 7, prayer for relief. Professor Scofield prays for judgment in her favor against Guillard, as well as, number 1, compensatory and punitive damages in an amount to be proved at trial. Number 2, attorney's fees, costs, and disbursement incurred here. 3, prejudgment and post-judgment interest, and 4, all such other relief as the court deems just and equitable. 8, demand for jury trial. Professor Scofield requests trial by jury of not less than 12 persons as to all issues triable to a jury. And then this last page is just them signing off with the date, and that's the lawyer, and we done. And I'm ready. I wish this was going to be televised. I got a feeling like this is going to be Cardi B versus, what's her name, Tasha K? It's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of those. I'm ready. That's all I'm going to say. I'm ready. She said she was ready. Professor Scofield says, please stop. I'm not ready. That girl said, the hell with you. We all ready. We going in this balls deep. Just balls deep. So we about to see what happens when you go balls deep. Yeah. But hopefully she got her little minutes of fame. I'm surprised she only got 100,000 followers. But if that's what you did all of this for, boo, congrats. I'm here waiting to see what happens. I hope y'all enjoyed this mess. Bye.